Welcome back to the Brick Ring Podcast. I'm your host, Jonas.
Co-host Parker.
Now, Parker, this is our first podcast in 2 weeks because he went on vacation and then he was sick. So, blame it all on Parker. Yeah. Um, in this episode, we have new World Tag Team Champions, new U.S. Champions, and predictions for Evolution and All In. We are not doing Saturday Night Main Event because it has two announced matches, and they're both pretty obvious. Parker is a zombie staring at nothing.
Yeah, sorry. Zoned out.
Um, before we get started, um, let's talk about Night of Champions a little bit because we didn't get to because we didn't record. Overall, honestly, I said this and I don't think many people disagree. I think it honestly is the best Saudi show in recent memory. Um,
Yeah.
Honestly, there wasn't like a horrible match. Um, I don't know. I like the show. The main event was good. Like nothing to
I'm
say
kind of
bad about
confused
it.
why Penta came out, but at the same time, like I can understand. At the same I it's confusing, but at the same time I understand it, if you know what I mean.
He's
Stopping Seth from cashing in.
yeah, he's fighting Seth tonight.
Oh, he is?
Yeah. Um, I don't know. It was a little weird. I think it could have been Roman, but like I don't know. I feel like he's too busy right now. People people said it needed to be Roman. I don't think it needed to be Roman. It could have
People
been.
think he might come out Saturday night main event.
I don't know.
But they've been saying that after every pay-per-view, to be fair. So I mean at this point, we never know.
Like I'm a Roman defender when it comes to he doesn't show up. Blah, blah. This is his like fifth return this year. Like can we do something about that? He's literally in the most literal sense
Oh.
become the Rock where like he had a solid run and now he shows up every once in a while for a pop. You know what I mean? Things like that.
Yeah.
Like don't get me wrong, that Mania match was fantastic. I went back and
Mm.
watched it like a couple days ago. Fantastic.
You
Um
glaze punk, but yeah.
no, Roman Seth did good
That
in that
voice
match.
crack was actually
That
crazy.
wasn't a voice crack. I just said
It sounded just like a voice crack. No.
Um, but yeah, talking about the main event, Cena versus Punk. Like, come on, we knew it was gonna be amazing. I bought that card, by the way. I bought it. Me and Parker was thinking about it too. I told Parker if he bought me, I'll put it up if I feel like it. I don't know. There is a dual card that has the chance to be autographed when you order it, but I don't think my luck probably not. But it's a dual card of Punk and Cena from the match, and I was like, dude, I need that.
When you
Um,
get it, open it up on the pod and see if it's
I
autographed.
told Parker, I was like, if you buy it for me, I'll relinquish the title, the BTR title, the one that I've had for 150 plus days. Just throwing that out there. And I have a bonus point. Um, So I told Parker if he bought it for me, I'd relinquish that belt. He was like, but then you have the bonus point, blah, blah. I said, okay, what if I get rid of the bonus point instead? He's like, I don't know, man. And then next day, I was like, you know what? I am buying this thing. So bought it. Don't know when it's coming in. Probably like a week and a half. It's got a chance to be a base card where it's just like the normal card of Cena and Punk, or it can be autographed or numbered, all that type of stuff. I don't really care. It's still like a really dope card. Um, what else? Have I gotten anything else? I downloaded more creator wrestlers for 2K since we'll be doing a lot of videos on there. If you haven't watched those, go watch those. They're really fun. Parker has a lot of fun doing those, watching me get really mad at Stone Cold Steve Austin. He also likes when I scream out Claymore. That's another one. Um,
The title. Oh my god.
that you guys gotta go watch back that ladder match. That was a good one. Don't watch the Iron Man match.
Do watch the Iron Man match.
Um, but without further ado, Parker, would you like to get into the actual stuff that happened last week?
Yes, sir.
All right. So, starting off with Raw from the 30th. The show starts with Rhea welcoming fans. She talks about Raquel and the Judgment Day being behind her in the past. Um, she wonders what's next for her when she is interrupted by Women's World Champion Io Sky. Io states she came down to the ring as she has the privilege of picking her opponent for the upcoming Evolution 2. Uh, with the promo ending after Io challenges Rhea and Ripley accepts. Um, I saw a lot of people hating on this, which I get,
Stupid
because
marks.
it's the first defense, let alone match EO has had or will have since WrestleMania, which is a little dumb of creative. Like, honestly, don't know what they're doing with EO here. Um,
Give the
but
title to Bailey already.
I understand what people are saying though. There could have been a more interesting opponent. I personally am waiting for Stephanie Vaquer, as I think that is an obvious dream match, to be honest. Um, we already got it a little bit, but then it got broken up. But Parker, what do you think about this?
You see, I'm not a narc,
It's not
so
Narc, it's Mark.
same thing. Shut up, die in Fortnite. So basically,
It's reminding me of this guy.
oh, he's the mark.
No, not that part,
So
but it's alright.
oh, okay. Um, I like they definitely good duo. They have had a lot of I guess you could say showings in the past in this year at least. Mania, Raw, or there was a few Raws before Mania. I think it was before when EO won
Yeah,
from
they
Rhea.
had that awful special guest referee match with Bianca.
Yeah, I thought it was funny, but um, I'm excited for it. But at the same time, I feel like they need more options for it. If you know what I mean.
Yeah, I mean, I mentioned this. I have this down for when we talk about the Judgment Day match. With the upcoming draft, I hope it really helps strengthen that Raw roster. Because although they have decent main eventers, they don't have anything for EO, and they don't have anything for the tag division. That's transitioning into this, where we have new World Tag Team Champions in the Judgment Day. Pretty. I like this match, to be honest. A good opener. Judgment Day versus the New Day. Match started with New Day in control, doing a lot of damage to JD McDonough, but once tagged in, Balor takes control. JD hits a springboard moonsault on the outside to Woods, throws him back in the ring, goes for the moonsault inside of the ring, gets boot to the face. A little bit later, we get Balor accidentally hitting JD with the coup de grace. New Day, I noted this because I wanted to bring this up. New Day hit the Midnight Hour, uh, which is the old tag finisher they used when Big E was in there. Could mean nothing, but it's WWE. You gotta look at those things like it's a hint because they love to do that. Um, Finn kicks out at 2. Kofi is kicked to the middle rope by Balor, slapped by JD into a roll up. Um, Woods comes from behind with the title because the ref is distracted by JD. Missing the pin attempt, Balor then takes out Kofi with a sling blade on the outside. Back in the ring, JD tags in Finn. McDonough climbs the top rope, hits the moonsault, followed by the coup de grace for the win and new. It was honestly one of my favorite matches that Judgment Day has had in recent memory, at least. Um, it was I when they announced this, I was like, this is really evident that they had nobody anymore for the tag division because they're doing what what Triple H would yell at you for in my GM. They put two heel teams up against each other. Um, and but the weird thing was is that even though they were heels, JD and Finn got a standing ovation at the end of the match. Like it was so obvious that it wasn't supposed to work like that. Like they were supposed to, like one of them supposed to get cheered, one of them supposed to get booed, and I guess the crowd just went with Finn and JD, which I can't
Let me
complain.
set the
They did
scene
great.
for you. This is July 4th, the week of July 4th, and SmackDown was supposed to be on 4th of July or like close to
Yeah,
that. So I didn't realize that there was a double taping.
Oh, you missed those, yeah,
So I tuned into Raw
at 8 p.m.
at 8 o'clock, and we
There's half an hour
were
left.
no, actually, I tuned in the middle of the Sheamus Rusev match because I turned on Netflix because I was just gonna like turn on like the pre thing like 10 minutes before, and Sheamus and Rusev were going at it. But pause. But I missed that match. Jonas is lying to you all. He said it was awful, but um,
What? Wiretaps? Okay, bro. Um,
uh, but I don't know. I'm happy, but at the same time, we need more tag teams. Nikki Bella versus Fraxium. The Bellas versus Fraxium on
okay.
Raw. Yeah, that's gonna
Um,
happen at Evolution.
my reaction. I honestly am not against Finn and JD winning gold again, especially after their performance. But like I said, I hope the upcoming draft benefits Raw's roster as SmackDown has an overall better tag division. Overall, honestly, it has a better roster. But especially in the tag team division where Raw is lacking the most as of recently. Um, people believe that the New Day was given an unfair reign as champions. What do you think?
I don't think it was unfair. I mean, it's unfair that they don't have enough talent in the tag division, sure. And SmackDown has
Way better.
they have everything you could ever want. MCMG, Fraxium, Street Profits, even frickin' what's the Y6 pretty deadly DIY. Like
Yeah,
you have
get the
everybody, and
pretty
then
deadly out of there.
whatever. Yes, boy. My uncle
I
loves
hate
doing
it
that.
so much.
But you really realistically have three tag teams on Raw: New Day, New Day, War Raiders, Judgment Day.
And it just they don't New Day and Judgment Day can have a good match, but War
I'd rather
Raiders,
Penta and Sammy win the tag titles, or Braun and Bronson would be a good one.
that would be
I
great.
think I would, and they would
But then
have a good
again,
reign.
that's just another heel team. They gotta find more faces.
Penta Sammy is the
They
closest thing you're gonna get to
could.
face. War Raiders,
That's why,
you know.
honestly, they need to get. But now people are saying, "Oh, we're gonna get Lucha Bros on Raw," but now Ray Phoenix is teaming with Andrade, and they're, "Oh,
Yeah.
we're gonna go to tag titles." They did it at a backstage promo. They were like, "We did so good. We believe we should go after tag titles." And
Lucha, Lucha, Lucha.
underrated faction right there. Love that.
John Cena.
No, the Lucha House Party.
Oh,
But
okay.
I don't know. I feel like Triple H is focusing on the main event more on Raw, and then the tag division more on SmackDown than anything.
Yeah.
But
Raw needs to step up their game. Unless they're planning something huge where they sign some huge tag team, like. But I don't know what other tag teams available.
yeah, I mean, they just gave both the King and Queen of the Ring
Chendry,
winners.
Chendry. I have a bracelet.
Chedge.
Oh my god, I need to. I need to do it. So I went to a hotel and they offered free bracelets. Oh, it's gonna be backwards.
No, it's good. It's
Is-
good.
Okay, that's
Oh yeah, look
Chendry.
at
They
my
kind of
shirt.
messed up the. Kind of messed. Nobody cares about your shirt. Get the fuck off of my face.
Oh,
Like, they messed up the C a little bit, but that says Chendry right there.
I got. I was. It was like 8:30 in the morning. I got a text, and it's a picture of that bracelet. Yeah. I ordered this shirt like the first, and it came in like the third. I was
Nice.
dying.
I'm.
Um, what were we talking about? I don't even know. Oh, we were talking
We
about
were on
Raw.
Raw tag
Um,
division.
but yeah, I feel like the only way they can fix Raw is just doing this draft and doing Raw justice, picking good new members. Like I don't know. I feel like Raw's doing decent, but SmackDown's thriving, which was so opposite like 2 months ago.
Mm,
They were doing
yeah.
awful. And then after no, literally as soon as they picked up MCMG and Fraxium, like there's you can't go wrong with a tag match on SmackDown anymore. They're all fire.
Yeah, they are.
Um
That tag match before Mania should have been on Mania.
It was so much better than that War Raiders match.
I was happy because the Warriors won, but then Drew ended up killing Priest, crushing his skull between a chair.
Which we'll get into Drew McIntyre later. Uh,
Oh yeah, we will.
Next we have Rusev versus Sheamus, which I didn't watch. I wasn't paying attention the first time because I had to go help my mom with
Oh,
something.
I was literally at the end where Rusev had him in his little finisher or
Yeah.
submission.
Match was good. Good story. Classic rivalry renewed. For those of you who don't know, they were former teammates in the League of Nations. It was Rusev, Sheamus, Alberto Del Rio. Why am I saying his name here? Um, Wade Barrett, and then
Del Rio.
Del Rio's disgusting, bro. I hate that guy. But they like kicked out Barrett, and then it all crumbled. Um, the match, no, this match started off fast. Literally, I looked at I checked how long into the match. 2 minutes into the match, Rusev jumps from the apron, caught by Sheamus into a snap body slam on the outside. Like, it was disgusting, dude. Like, those are big guys, and Sheamus moved Rusev so fast.
They're massive.
Dude, they are. Um, Another thing about this match, we go to ad, we come back, Sheamus is drenched in sweat. Which
He always
I
is.
love
Sheamus is just
Sheamus.
a.
Sheamus is so good. And then they're on. I was gonna say something, but I don't want to say it on here because you're gonna do something weird about it.
Just
But
tell me. Just
they
say it. Just
started
say it.
they started trading blows, and you could see the sweat coming off of Sheamus and Rusev as each time they got hit, there was just like mist. Like
When
it
I
was
went, I know this is
so
random, but when I went to Collision, freaking what's her face?
Megan Bane.
Megan Bain, yeah, that's what I was thinking of. She punched some girl in the face, and you could watch the girl's gum fly out into the. It was crazy.
Yeah, it is. Okay. Um. Then Rusev jumps to the top rope, meeting Sheamus, hits a superplex, and the crowd doesn't do anything. Like, superplex with Sheamus and Rusev, two big guys, and I think I heard three people cheer. I was like, bro.
Sheamus and Rusev's parents.
Uh, Sheamus hits a knee strike, goes to the corner, moves the knee pad, and hits another. After that, Rusev removes part of the turnbuckle padding, pulls Sheamus into the exposed steel. Back in the ring, he hits the Machka kick and wins the match. I think we might get a best of 7 here, or at least more matches, to be honest, because I feel like Sheamus would be like, "Oh, you cheated." Technically, he didn't, but like he would have got disqualified if it was cheating. But you know what I mean. So he might want another one. Not against it. Um, was it a cheap trick with the exposed turnbuckle? Yeah. Did it ruin the match? Like, what did? No, the match was still good.
Rusev's a heel too, so like.
Yeah, I think this match is really saving Rusev for the fans, cause like he came in Raw after Mania, murdered Alpha Academy, and then just jobbered Tozawa and Otis. But
You kind of look like Otis.
bro, what? You look like Snitsky, bro.
You look like Yokozuna.
No, it's just not true. Um, Honestly, after this rivalry, I think Sheamus is a viable option for the IC title. He's never
So is
held the
Rusev.
belt. Yeah, either of them. But Sheamus has never held the title. I think it's time for him. Like, I don't know. He's been doing good work recently. Um, Ever since he dropped the whole like Brawling Brutes gang, he's gotten better. Um,
He's a butch.
so dumb.
A little foot butch.
Next we have
Tight ass butch.
two little segments.
You a
Uh,
butch.
the new El Grande Americano and Sami Zayn is
Ha.
attacked. Um, it's like a double segment. Jackie's talking to American Made, then switches over. So she first talks to American Made, who's being interviewed by Jackie. Like I said, Ivy declares for the Evolution. Battle Royal. And then they were like, what's next for American Made? But somebody comes in out of frame, and that is El Grande Americano, which can't be Chad Gable because he had to get surgery. But it is Ludwig Kaiser. Um, don't know. I feel like if this is gonna bring him up, I'm happy. But if this is what he's gonna do for the next like 3 4 months, don't know if I like this.
I'm excited.
If this ends in a Ludwig Kaiser El Grande versus a Chad Gable El Grande, I will. That'll
Oh, that
be
would be the
hilarious.
funniest
Or
thing.
they might finally do Penta versus El Grande unmask, like whoever loses gets unmasked, and then Chad get see it was never me, you know what I mean? He'll be like, it wasn't me,
Yeah.
it was Ludwig. Um, it's like that's why he was gone. It could be that. Um, the attention then turns to Sami Zayn, who was asked about Karrion Kross, who he beat at Night of Champions. Kross then attacks Zayn with a lead pipe. The main point Kross is trying to get is that Sammy needs to admit and say that he is a liar. Uh, we also saw this in their match, as this was the main reason Kross lost. Uh, but after the attack, Zayn says he is fine and will wrestle in the main event still after being beaten, uh, or being attacked. Parker, will this become a full feud? What do you think?
With who? Cross and Sammy?
Yeah.
I hope so, and I hope it ends up that Sammy Cross fight at SummerSlam and Cross wins.
Yeah, I mean, I hope so as well. It's an interesting and fun angle that can result in Sammy becoming
Speaking of
a.
Angle, I had a little storyline with Kurt Angle myself this past week.
Oh,
Jason Jordan.
no, no, no. Okay. This can result in Sammy becoming a world champion, because although Cross may seem like a bad guy, he really does help, and his lesson could be what Sammy needs to become a world champion. Learning to be ruthless and not hold back as much. It affected the main event though, because Zayn entered with tape, their wrapped ribs. Um, but yeah, I think Cross being on the show shows that they were happy with what he did at Night of Champions, and that they believe that he can do better. He can do more. Parker, what do you think?
Yeah, I think Cross should have won it at Night of Champions personally. A lot of people do think that, but they've been listening to the crowd, and they
He
listened a few
said that in his
times.
promo, didn't he? He's like,
What?
"How does it feel that people believe that I should have beaten you," or something like that? He said something about that. Also, I
I don't.
gotta say that the shirts are a good move. It's a wanted poster, and when you look at it, just plain, they're bad guys, they're wanted. But I was thinking about it. It makes so much. The crowd wants Cross. He is literally wanted by the fans to be on the card, to be on the show. But at face value, it's just, he's a bad guy. He's wanted because he did bad stuff. You know what I mean? So it's like
Yeah,
double entendre.
but what were we talking about? Cross.
Cross, where he's going. Sammy, where
Oh,
he's going.
like I said, I hope he beats. I hope they fight at SummerSlam and have a match, and hope Cross wins. They've been listening to the fans, but haven't been listening to the point where Cross is being pushed. Only been listening to the point where he has matches.
I think
I
honestly,
hope they can
it
next
could
level.
benefit from, and I'm just saying this because I feel like it would kind of make sense. A last man standing match for them two could make sense, because then it's like Sammy can be ruthless and has to be ruthless to win, because he has to put Carrion down for 10. You know what I mean?
How much you want to bet somebody will like debut on Cross's side?
Maybe, but they tried that with AOP and it sucked.
And they got released, and then frickin' what's his name? The old guy
Paul
died
Ellering.
and then got released. Paul Eldering
Yeah,
like got
he
like choked
he got
out.
choked out by Howdy and then left. So
Yeah,
that was
just
pretty
like my
bad.
dad.
Um, We then had a Gunther promo that led to CM Punk, Rollins, and LA Knight. Gunther cuts a promo relating to Goldberg at SNME, stating that Bill Goldberg hates bullies, but he has stepped up to the biggest bully the company has ever seen, which I thought was pretty funny because that's why everybody thought he
Biggest
was going
bully's
to come in the
Hogan.
first place. Um, then we have the Mr. Money in the Bank with his own new custom briefcase. Seth freaking Rollins step up to Gunther, potentially hinting at a future cash in. Gunther says he isn't scared because all he saw Saturday was a failure of a cash in. And Rollins says, "Whoa, Gunther, buddy, you got it all wrong. My job on Saturday wasn't to cash in, it was to do what I swore to do. And I, this sucks for me because we all know who I love. But he said, as long as I am breathing, CM Punk will not be a champion. And I thought this was funny. He said, will not be a champion in this company. And I understand, like, oh, obviously, but I just thought it was a little funny because then it's like,
TNA.
but like, oh, will he leave again? Because he always brings that up. That's like his one comment about Punk every time is that he left. Uh, but this statement draws out Punk from the back, who runs after Seth. The two brawl for a little bit in the middle of the ring, and Seth eventually gets away into the crowd. Gunther and Punk collide. Punk shoves Gunther to the ground. Potential storyline there for the World Heavyweight Championship. Not against that. We go back to Seth, and he says, "Bye bye, guy." And then
Bye, guy.
I knew something was gonna happen because the camera angle. You see a pair of Tim's, blue jeans,
You know it's LA Knight when you see the Tims.
a yellow shirt, and a LA Knight jacket. He's got his popcorn, and I'm pretty sure he like taps Seth on the shoulder and throws it at his face. Um, LA Knight brings Seth to the concessions area and keeps brawling. We are back. A couple hours later, things came up. That part that Parker said at the end is edited out, so you don't know what happened. But like we were saying, I believe Parker, we were on the Gunther promo. But basically we were done with it.
We got to Sammy being taped up and coming out for the match.
No, we still got Bailey versus Lyra.
Oh, I forgot that happened.
Yeah, nothing crazy. It was an overall good technical matchup. Match ends in double pin. Post match brawl into the crowd, and it confirmed it last night on Twitter, Instagram, on a Adam Pierce walk along promo. We are getting the Triple Threat Evolution that everybody knew was gonna happen. So it'll be Bailey versus Lyra versus Becky at Evolution for the Women's Intercontinental Championship. I think that's gonna be match of the night, and I don't think that's a hot take, to be honest.
I could definitely see it being a hot take. I don't know who's gonna win. Honestly, I think I could see any of them winning realistically. But I'm definitely very excited for that match. I don't see it being match of the night, but I see it being good.
After that, we had LA Knight versus Seth Rollins confirmed for Saturday Night Main Event. We also had a backstage altercation between the megastar and the best in the world. Punk was like, "Oh, me and Seth had a
You
problem
could have
right
him
before
6 days
you
of the
did,
week.
but Saturday he's mine." So, in the main event, Penta. I mean, to be honest, there's not much to talk about in this match. Penta and Sammy got murdered by Braun and Bronson. They're, like, I watched that back
Basically.
and they barely got any offense. Um, Breaker and Reed dominated throughout the entire match. Afterwards, Jay made the save for Sammy and Penta, and tonight it is Bronson Reed versus Jay Uso. Penta versus Seth too. NXT, Parker, your goat, Joe Hendry defeats Wes Lee, and also has a gets saved by Santana and has an altercation with the
Santana
TNA
Marella.
Santino. Did I
That's
say Santino Morella?
no, you said Santana. I just
Okay.
said Santana Marella for some reason.
But he has an altercation with Trick NA, Mr. Trick Willie. Um,
Mm.
so, Parker, this, I mean, it's kind of obvious what your answer here is, but do you, I mean, yeah, is Joe Hendry the biggest crossover star has had in NXT? I think it's him. And then I know it's not a crossover, but when Ibushi was NXT, that's like same level because it's like, dude, you tell me Kota Ibushi was in NXT. Why? Like
Um,
Jushin Thunder Liger was on NXT. Like what,
yeah,
bro?
Hendry was big. Probably the biggest crossover in my opinion. Moose was big too because he used to be the champion for a
Hey,
while.
Joe Hendry was on my brother's birthday, by the way.
Jordan, what?
When he debuted on NXT, it was his birthday.
Oh well, yeah.
We were at a
Jaden can
David.
go
We
fuck
were we
himself.
were at a Dave and Buster's. We look over. We see everything's just that shade of blue, and it's just Hendry.
Um, but it's Hendry Moose or Jordan before she was signed
Those were all
because
pretty
Jordan
big.
was the first like big
Yeah, that
person
was
from TNA.
when that happened at the when that happened at the Rumble. Twitter blew up because
Yeah,
that
it
was
was
like
crazy because
that
she
was
came
the
out with the
first.
belt
That
on.
was the first. That and Mickey James was like the first one. Mickey came over when she was knockout champion, and that was before any crossover had started.
I forgot who was the first like NXT guy in TNA.
It was.
It wasn't somebody big. I remember
It
Gallus
was
had a few
Charlie Dempsey.
appearances.
Charlie Dempsey.
Oh yeah, because he acted all like bad guy-ish in TNA,
Yeah,
beating up everybody.
he was like acting heel, but then I don't know. It's weird because NQCC is like half heel, half face. It's like depends on the
Yeah.
night. Luca Crucifino attacks Stacks, not attacks, but just kind of punches both Stacks and D'Angelo in the face. And
Mm.
says what like he stands with Luca Crucifino. So basically, he's going on his own. Stacks is going on his own. D'Angelo's going on his own. I'm pretty sure everybody else is too. Like, let's be honest.
Mm.
I'm being so serious, and I mean no disrespect. I've never heard the name Luca Crucifino outside of like this segment. So serious.
I have. I give him a fist bump.
I know, we know. Um, bro, what is Stax's fit in this segment? He had a leather jacket, leather gloves, red glasses. I stopped watching NXT for a week, and I don't know what happened. Um, it's been more than a week. Let's be honest. Honestly, a shocker for me. Inamura picks up a win against Jasper Troy in a number one contender match. Um, she picks up the win with the Super Splash, which I gotta say, Super Splash is one of the greatest moves in wrestling right now. Um, dude, he gets those ropes to shake, dude. Like when I first saw the move, I didn't know what he was doing. I'm being serious. I did, but um, Yoshiki Inamura versus Obafemi is set for the Great American Bash. Do you think Inamura was the right challenger?
No,
I think it should
I
have
don't
been
know what else to
Jasper.
say. He won LFG. He's a beast. So is Oba. You know.
I think Inamura is a great wrestler. Don't get me wrong. I don't know if he belongs in that main title picture. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah. He.
I think the result of the title match at Great American Bash is so obvious. We know Oba is gonna win. But if
Yeah.
it was Jasper Troy, I think it would have been a better choice because they already had a banger of a match on a regular NXT episode like a month ago. And I think it would have been less obvious, would have been something to actually consider Jasper to win. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Um. Sorry, I'm on Twitter. I just saw something stupid. Um. I mean, I feel like they're kind of diminishing Jasper Troy's like beast stature, winning LFG, coming in all beastie, if you know what I mean. That kind of sounds kind of weird, but I think you know what I'm trying to say. Like he comes in all, oh, like
He
I'm the
has
big
like a
guy. I'm
yeah, he's
gonna,
got like this entrance like Abyss. You know what I mean? He's got the chains, his
yeah,
slow walk.
plug
I hate to
walk.
say it, but he has an aura. If you know it, like he's the way he walks, his entrance. He's
Yeah,
like
I just feel like they're
a
diminishing it.
monster.
That's kind of all I gotta say. He's
I don't
massive.
know.
Come in.
We then had Miles Bourne versus Lexus King, where Bourne picks up an easy win. Laney Reed, don't even know who that is to be honest. Picks up win against Thea Hale. Izzy Dame and Tatum Paxley pick up a win against Zaruka after an unintentional spear from Zarya to Soul. Paxley indirectly helps because she went for a hug on Izzy Dame and then ended up getting Soruka speared in half. Um, I personally think it's only a matter of time until Paxley fully joins the culling and maybe even turns heel, depending on what they want to do. They might just have her be like the innocent, like she doesn't realize she's evil. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you mean.
We then had Blake Monroe help Jordan Grace and set up a tag match with Monroe and Grace versus JC Jane and another member of Fatal Influence. All
I just love to
right.
point this out. WWE just posted AJ Lee versus Paige
No,
Divas title match at SummerSlam.
they also posted a Brock Lesnar match 2 days ago. Like,
He's coming back at Evolution.
no,
Sorry.
that's gonna. I'm turning that into a short. Um, moving on to Dynamite from July 2nd. Hangman and Moxley set the stage for their All-In Championship match, with Hangman asking for the Texas Death Match to be added as a stipulation. Moxley and Shafir interrupt, and then the BCC, or not the BCC, the Death Riders ambush. Um, Basically, Mox was like, "Nope, I'm not giving you that," because obviously we all know it's Hangman's specialty. But he's like, "Nope, we're not doing it. Nope." And basically, the way Hangman gets it to be Texas Death is Shafir's left in the ring and he hits a buckshot lariat onto Marina,
You deserve it.
and she's like, "Fine, you can get Texas Death." After he like steals the briefcase.
Please, no. I need to see. In this match, it's a death match for a reason.
Dude,
I want to
have it
see.
be by pass out or like honestly, if they want to
I want
All-In
to
host,
see. I want to see Prime AEW. They had like mad barbed wire trampoline. Do you remember that?
yes, no
Suplex under that
spider
barbed wire
web. It was a
trampoline.
spider web.
Glass panes, like the long glass. I
I
forgot what they're
got it,
called. Glass.
Like the Darby spot.
Yeah, yeah. The Darby spot, or the lights, the long like string lights too. That like if you're making it a death match, this doesn't happen often. Like WWE, when you're having a main event
It's
for an Extreme
so
Rules match, it's got to
bad.
be something good.
Like
Yeah,
they mess up the Extreme Rules all the time. It's like they had I don't remember.
the real one was good recently.
That was decent. I don't know if you remember this, but not to bring up a sore subject, but on the Bray Wyatt and Terry Funk Memorial episode, they had a Terry Funk Memorial death match, and it was just awful. Well, it wasn't a death
Mm.
match, but it's Extreme Rules. It was awful. They used like kendo sticks in one table, and people were like, "Dude, you did not. That was not Extreme Rules. That was two things. Let's be honest.
Mm.
Like in 2K, I pull out the Janus, which is just a board with a bunch of nails. I do everything in that. But
All right, let's keep going. Let's keep going, Daddy.
um, do you think that the Texas death stipulation gives the upper hand to Hangman, or do you think it's
Yeah,
just equal?
100%, 100%. I feel like Hangman's gonna win. That's I might have just spoiled my
He's the
prediction
real,
totally.
but no matter what, I'm picking Hangman. I'm saying that now. He, I love Mox, but this run has been so mediocre. It's been like it's been good match, bad match, good match. Like it's so the Revolution match with Cope was so bad, and then the Dynamite match
I
was
didn't mind it.
fire. when he took the suplex onto Spike and it got stuck in his back. And
Mm,
but I think this Mox reign has gone on a little too long.
mm.
I think Danielson should have held it a little bit longer. To be honest, it was
I feel like his old ass should have retired sooner. All right, SmackDown.
uh, dude. That was only segment one.
All right, just keep going.
Mercedes Moné versus Mina Shirakawa for the TBS title. Uh, Shirakawa looked like she could have won some points in this match, but obviously Mercedes picks up the win. Obviously needing that for her match against Tony Storm at
What?
I was gonna say Evolution at All In. I don't like Mercedes right now. I get it,
He's
people,
dating the Beast Mordos.
and she's making him do Pink Panther's TikToks.
I saw.
Your mic just cut out so bad. Fatal four way for the number one spot in the Casino Gauntlet. MJF defeats AR Fox, Brody King, and Anthony Bowens. Hits the Salt of the Earth for the win. Backstage, Mark Briscoe confronts MJ, or not backstage. It was actually after the match, I think. Briscoe confronts MJF and tells him he has a koshered pickle. You get it? He's got a small wiener.
Punk.
What?
Oh,
Oh, because he ate the
Punk was eating
pickles.
like kosher, like
Yeah.
at the press conference.
No, he was eating donuts. MJF was eating pickles. Because he was like, he broke his hip
Oh,
and
and
he's crying and
oh
he goes,
yeah.
oh, that's a good pickle. Yeah.
Oh my
Um,
God, it's a good
or
fucking
actually,
pickle.
I was wrong. MJF is number two. Briscoe's number one.
For
Briscoe
what again?
for the Casino Gauntlet at
Oh,
All In. But he's
well, it
like
doesn't matter. 1, 2, it's the same thing,
he
basically.
he's talking to MJF. He's like, I think next week we need to have a little talky talk. And that's literally what they have as the advertisement. It says Mark Briscoe and
I know
MJF
this is
have a talky
random.
talk. It's so dumb.
I know this is random, but I just because we're on the subject of like going 1 and 2 in matches, I would argue being number 2 in the Rumble's harder than number 1.
It's the same.
No, because 2, you walk down that long ramp, you have less time to rest than the guy at number 1.
I mean, I guess, but like,
Sure, they're not like overweight like us. Like we'd be passing out walking down that big ramp. But like,
this gotta be clip farming. No, I get it though. It's literally the same thing. Young Bucks and
anyway.
Takeshita versus who was it? I don't remember who it was. I'm gonna just pass on that. Uh, the Young Bucks and Takeshita
I'll run it.
won, and then Ospreay and Swerve challenged them to put their EVP status on the line once again. Bucks say no for now. Um, do you think that the whole if they lose they're not EVPs is a smart thing? I mean, I know you don't really watch
Yeah,
Dynamite.
because they're actually like, there's so many things I want to say, but
Don't get yourself canceled.
there's so many things I want to say about the EVP like stuff. It's so annoying.
Um,
Yeah, I think Will Ospreay would be a much better EVP than
he runs a promotion. You know that, right?
Ospreay.
Yeah, he has a all women's independent, and
That's some McMahon
he
stuff right
just
there.
had Chris Statlander win the international title. Well, I don't know if he actually does like creative, but I know he was like on. He had the headset on, and he was at ringside. And bro, he like switched out the side plates as she won it. It was kind of cool. He like did it immediately. Um, we then had Swerve and Ospreay versus Beast Mordos and Drilistico. Good
Pete
match,
Sigma.
fast paced. Obviously we know who wins this. It was Swerve and Ospreay. Ospreay says, "Bucks, we asked you a question, you never answered us. So here, we want to know, will you challenge us for the EVP titles? Blah blah." And he said no. So Ospreay goes without Swerve's permission. He says, "If we lose, both Swerve and I cannot challenge for the AEW World Title for a year." So that means if you're
I
stupid
wasn't
like
watching
Parker,
AEW.
Swerve and Osprey versus the Young Bucks. If the Young Bucks lose, they give the power to the people. If Osprey and Swerve lose, they cannot challenge the world champion for a year.
Crazy.
Which honestly, although it might suck because Osprey and Swerve obviously can't win the championship for a year, obviously that sucks. But um, we might be able to get like next year Swerve Osprey versus the champion, and leading up to that, like a bunch of more matches with them too. That'd be cool. But
You know,
I'm
you know
not
what match I want to see happen?
what.
Swerve versus Osprey versus Hangman for
I
the
mean,
title.
yeah, that'd be fire. I mean, obviously, if the reason why I'm not gonna say it right now, actually, never mind. I'll talk about it
Just
later.
say it.
Um,
No, say it now. No, say it now.
Main event banger. Okada versus Ibushi. So fire. Too much to talk about. Fast pace. Freaking Tiger Driver off the top rope.
Back
It
it,
was
yo.
insane. Um, but
No wonder of the
uh,
world is gone. I know for
okay.
sure. Sorry.
Okada wins with the Rainmaker. No surprise. Kenny comes out and attacks them after they attacked
Is this his
Golden
first
Lovers.
appearance?
No.
Isn't that his first appearance? First appearance since him being like killed.
Oh, it might be
Remember,
actually. Yeah.
like from when he was on the stretcher
Yeah.
and
No,
he
you're right.
like.
It is. It is. It is. I didn't watch like half of those because they were all like 4 hours for no reason. Um. So yeah. Nothing crazy. You know, Mox versus Adam Page confirmed for Texas Death. Monet still
Me and
TNT
Jonah should have a
champion.
Texas death match.
MJF getting up to the main event picture. Golden Lovers are back together. Me and Parker are Golden Lovers, let's just say that. Love each other so much. Alright, I'm sorry. No, like I just give Parker the gold scar in Fortnite. Like that's Golden Lovers, because like I give him the gold scar. Feel me? Um Alright. And SmackDown. Oh, it was echoing, I could tell. Um Before the show can even start, Jacob Fatu ambushes
What?
Solskoa and Jeff Cobb. Uh,
Before the show starts?
well, like before the actual, like they're doing the intros and they were showing Solo
I
and
thought that
the.
was after.
Nah, I don't think so. I don't know. I wasn't watching it. I literally got home at like 8:10, so like I missed this part.
I was pretty sure. No, because I'm pretty sure that
I don't
there
know.
was a clip from after they were like power
All
bombing
right.
him through a table.
No, that was the main event. Was that was like the last thing that happened.
Oh.
But it started off with him attacking Solo outside the arena, and then he got stuck in the window. Um, Cody Rhodes, King of the Ring winner promo. Cody confirms SummerSlam will be John Cena versus himself for the undisputed championship. Randy Orton comes out, talks about the King of the Ring match. Nothing insanely important, sorry. And then we finally get the return of the Scottish Warrior Drew McIntyre.
Joe Hendry.
He gets in the ring and he was like, I know I'd love to have a match with Cody Rhodes because I wouldn't hold
That's
back.
a holy. That's a really good.
He's like, I
Live
wouldn't
to have a
hold back against Cody. And then he gets RKO'd and out of nowhere, mind you. Like, literally, because the camera was on to Drew and Cody. And he's like, and I wouldn't hold back. Pan RKO out of nowhere. It was disgusting, honestly. Um, all this then books Orton versus McIntyre for Saturday Night Main Event. Um, I mean, it's only a matter of time until Drew gets the belt back. Let's be honest. I think he deserves it. Um, and then he could run back Punk and McIntyre. Ooh, that'd be so fire. Um, Women's tag title qualifier for the Evolution 4-way, where Alexa Bliss and Charlotte Flair win. Basically, Aldis talked to Charlotte and was like, you can go into that Evolution match, but you gotta find a partner. And Alexa was like, if you team with me, you can get the gold back. And she's like, I love gold. So she takes Alexa. They win the qualifier. Um, it was fine. The match was fine, but the the whole celebration was a little cheesy. I don't know if you saw that part where she like hugged her super tight and then threw her away. Like, I love you, Alexa Bliss, and I was like, actually, I hate. You know what I mean? It was kind of cringe, but I don't really care. The Wyatt Six pick will win an 8-man tag against Montez Ford, Johnny Gargano, Chris Sabin, and Berto. Rowan ends the match with an Iron Claw slam. Wyatt Six get another tag title match next week. Um, Andrade and Ray Phoenix beat Fraxium. I think Fraxium should have won. Just saying. Love Andrade and Ray Phoenix. Think Fraxium should have won this match though. They also said they're going after the tag titles, which I believe we mentioned earlier. Um, Damian Priest and Aleister Black face off backstage, where he's like, "You are the bad guy, Priest," and he's like, "How do you know that?" And then that's all I remember. So that's all I remember from that. In the main event, a Bloodline tag team match where Jacob, Fatu, and Jimmy Uso lose, I believe, right? To Solo and JC. I
Yeah,
forgot
I'm
to
pretty
put the
sure.
wins. I don't even remember. Tala Tonga. Like, dude, just call him Hikaleo. Tala Tonga sounds like some baby gibberish. You know what I mean? Parker? Parker!
Huh?
I said, call him Hikuleo. Tala Tonga sounds like baby gibberish.
Holotongue. No, I don't think so. But I like Hikuleo better, especially because on his pre-SmackDown, like when he had two
They have a
matches
Tron
on.
that said
Yeah,
Hikuleo. Like,
exactly.
bro, they were like, "Oh, we're not trying to spoil it. He was wearing the same gear as Tomatonga."
That's true. That did happen.
Um, but yeah. This was I have this all messed up. This is not supposed to be here. Tiffany chooses her Evolution opponent. She talked to Jade Cargill, and she's like, "I don't care who it is at Evolution. I will beat them no matter what." And she picks Trish Stratus. This got spoiled for me on Monday because they pre-taped it, but I'm excited for that. Think that'll be fine. Um, all right,
Some guys
now,
stole packages off people's porches with an AEW jacket on.
um, are you ready to get into these predictions?
Yes, my marker is still.
I already told this to Parker. Um, I mean, it's pretty obvious. He literally doesn't even.
Oh,
He wasn't even surprised. If at any point in both these predictions if I get like I'm supposed to lose by a point, I'm using the point. Just saying that now. If Parker
yeah.
picks up like 2 points, then obviously I'm not gonna waste it.
The world's rough, the
Let's
world is
start with
gone.
evolution. Uh, do you want to do bonus point matches like for the battle royal and the casino gauntlets, or you want to just throw it out there, see what happens?
Yeah, let's just do bonus point.
All right, that way if we
Oh my god.
it
Oh
doesn't
my
matter.
god. Oh my god. I hit a button on my headset and like heavy metal just started playing. I got this scared the
What?
shit out of
What
me.
kind of headphones you got?
Because the power button I have to hold and like hold to turn off and on, but if I press it, my Spotify starts playing. So heavy metal just started.
Oh, I also
You,
forgot to
what
mention
are the world?
Naomi. Okay, we get it.
Sorry, sorry.
Naomi got a
Maybe has a new
custom
custom
briefcase. Yeah.
briefcase.
All
Yeah,
right.
nobody cares.
Starting off, we have the NXT Women's Championship match: JC Jane versus Jordan Grace. I have my winner and reason. Parker, you're just gonna say it out loud, right?
Jordan Grace.
Yeah. The winner is going up against Masha Slamovich at Bound for Glory. It makes so much more sense if it's Jordan Grace, as she lost to Masha before she came to WWE. Parker, talk about
Is it
why.
Bound for Glory?
I don't even know.
Huh?
But I gotta go grab something to wipe my board with. You talk about why you picked Jordan as well.
Use your hands.
I'll be right back.
Use your hands.
I'm
Oh
gonna
my
be
god, this kid's
right
so fat and ugly. This kid's so
back.
fat and ugly. I hope he dies. I might quit the podcast. So basically,
You were not talking about. You were not talking about the match. I know you were not talking about the match. Why are you laughing?
I don't know.
Do I have to cut it out or no?
No, you don't have to
Okay.
cut it. It's nothing. It's nothing like. It's
Okay.
nothing that'll get
Just.
me canceled. You maybe, but not me.
Oh, great. You said I. Just let's. What? Did you say why you picked them or no?
No, I said, oh my god, this kid's so fat and ugly. I might quit the podcast. And then you sat in your
Oh,
chair. It's
okay.
like you were not talking.
All right. We then have Jade Cargill versus Naomi in a no holds barred match. I have my person and reasoning. Parker,
3, 2, 1, Naomi. Naomi.
bro,
I have
Jade.
Naomi
Jade
because
has a title
listen,
match
hey,
coming
hey,
up.
shut up with that. Sorry. Um, Naomi lost at Mania, and she's the Money in the Bank winner. I don't think, and she's going to be probably a future world champion within the next year. I don't see them having her get pinned.
But
You don't
Jade.
see the Money in the Bank winner being pinned a lot.
But Jade has to go fight Tiffany in 2 weeks.
So she could still lose.
That ruins her momentum. Whatever. If at the end of the day, if Jade loses, I have nobody to be mad except for nobody to be mad at except for creative. Because why the heck would they do that? Battle royal for a women's title match. I have who I think's gonna win, but like we said, this isn't like needed. This is just if it happens, it happens. All right.
I want to think. Give me a second.
I have this person. I mean,
I have an idea in head. Do you want me to say mine
go
first?
ahead.
Hear me out, Lita.
What? This dude's stupid.
Lita.
It's for a title
What?
match.
Oh, I thought I was just thinking some surprise return.
All right, you want to stick with Lita?
Yeah, no. Give me just Steph, I guess, because yeah, let's Steph. Yeah,
It makes most sense. She, like I said earlier in the Raw recap, her versus Io is literally like a dream match for 97% of the audience. Where did he go? Oh, there he is. What are you doing?
just the Booker thing.
Oh,
Hulk Hogan, we come for you. Hulk
We
Hogan.
also have the four-way tag match, but like the teams aren't even announced yet.
2 teams are announced, so let's just not even do that one.
Yeah, it doesn't even matter. Tiffany versus Trish. I mean, we don't have to write this down, do we?
It's skibbity time.
Yeah,
Sorry.
like they're not gonna have Trish randomly pick up this title and then defend it against Jade. That would just be so random. Becky versus Bailey versus Lyra, triple threat for the women's IC championship. I haven't really thought about this. I'm trying to think.
No, somewhere between the secret, silent secret,
All right,
somewhere.
do you have your
All right.
pick?
Yep, I have mine. Three, two,
Wait,
one.
I know
I'm
you're
picking a
picking.
Becky. Okay,
You're gonna pick
I'm picking
Bailey
Becky
because it's
Lynch.
your girlfriend.
I'm picking Becky Lynch
Yeah,
because Adams just don't see her dropping the title, and Lyra already had a run with it,
yeah,
and Bailey's kind of
yeah.
washed. Yeah,
There's, like,
you
I don't
definitely
know.
were not picking Becky until I said her.
No, because why would Lyra win it back? They're gonna probably do like a best of seven with Bailey,
Something like that.
or like maybe she gets pushed up.
Oh,
Who knows? Io versus Rhea. I have I have my person Parker.
Yeah.
Io has never lost to Rhea in a one-on-one match. So for
Yeah.
Evolution, it is all up to Jade Cargill versus Naomi. This is Sunday, so we're going in reverse order because All In is on Saturday for some reason. Um, so up to Jade and Naomi. Now to AEW All In Texas. Is this updated? I don't even know. Uh, all right.
Sigma
We'll
University.
start with for the TNT Championship, Adam Cole versus Kyle Fletcher. It's just got announced on Saturday. All right, Parker.
I have Adam Cole, baby.
I have Kyle Fletcher. Kyle, I think it's time for him to win a championship. Adam Cole's run's been kind of booty. Um, I don't know. I think Kyle deserves it. Their match on Collision like a month and a half ago was fire. Um, yeah, I just think it was good. For the AEW Tag Team Championships, the Hurt Syndicate, Bobby Lashley and Shelton Benjamin versus Jet Speed, Mike Bailey and Kevin Knight versus the Patriarchy, Christian and Nick Wayne.
We hurt
Uh,
people.
gonna put down
Probably should have
this.
waited to say, but
No,
I have the
I
Hurt Syndicate
yeah,
because
I I think I want Jet Speed to win, but
I don't.
I think it's either gonna be Hurt Syndicate or the Patriarchy, cause so I'm not even gonna lie to you. They are ready to make father son tag team titles, and that's what Christian said he wants to do. Like in a promo, he said that.
Well, Nick Wayne can't
Banger
do that.
of a match incoming. International and Continental Unification match for the Unified Championship. Kenny Omega versus Kazuchika Okada. I think this is the first time they're wrestling like in America. Have Okada
Dude, I don't know.
and Omega wrestled in America? Let's see. Oh no, they have.
Hey, hi, you're fat.
Wait,
Sorry.
no. I don't even know. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, All In is the first time they're fighting in America. So that's cool. I think
I know who I'm picking.
I'm putting this person like I don't know. Go ahead.
I have Kenny.
I have Kenny too. I just,
Yeah.
dude, you know what's insane is that Okada's title, the lineage is Eddie Kingston, Kazuchika Okada, and then now it's already being retired. That's the entire
Yeah.
lineage. Are we serious? But I don't know. I think Kenny is just the greatest of all time. We then
I don't think he's. I
have
think. I don't. Yeah. No.
there's the Casino Gauntlet matches, but we don't even know who's in those. So same as the
MJF and Jamie Hayter. I don't know. I just picked two random.
MJF probably. I don't know. But we are gonna do now Swerve and Osprey versus the Bucks. Uh, all right, go ahead.
Swerve and Osprey.
Swerve and Osprey. I don't think they're gonna make their two biggest stars not able to challenge for the biggest prize in the business for a whole year. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Um, but also I think that would be more fun, cause like if
It,
the Young Bucks lose, that means the power goes to the people. So like maybe we'll get to like vote on matches. Who knows? Then we have the women's championship match: Tony Storm versus Mercedes Moné. I'm
I think we both
praying
know.
to God that I'm right. 3, 2, 1.
Obviously Mercedes. I'm kidding. Tony. That was sarcasm.
If
That was sarcasm.
Mercedes wins, bro, I'm gonna be so mad. 6 belts is too much. People are like, but Kenny did
150.
it.
Sorry.
But Kenny did it. I don't care. Like, bro, it's 6 belts, and she's held the TBS belt. You know what I mean? Bro, she won it in her first match in the company and hasn't lost. Are we serious?
That is a factual statement.
John Moxley versus Adam Page in Texas Death Match. Hangman Adam Page.
Page. Yeah.
We get to run
I don't know.
back Hangman Swerve. We get to run back Hangman Osprey. Like, who doesn't want that?
But it.
Without further ado, Parker, who is your wrestler of the week? And we haven't done one in 2 weeks, but try to do somebody who's involved in a PLE this week, maybe. Try to do somebody from AEW. It's always WWE, guys.
No. Give me Mike Bailey. Hear me out. Speedball. Listen, because he hasn't been in the company long, but the fact that he's been on 2 PLEs, been in one almost 5-star match, I feel like he deserves it. I feel like he
I
deserves it.
mean, he's fantastic.
Take the title with honor or die.
I think
Sorry.
honestly, you should go watch Osprey Mike Bailey from TNA Bound for Glory. So
I
good,
actually don't think I should do that.
dude. It's so good, and it's the whole match for free.
Okay.
Without further ado,
Here's some more.
kiss me more.
Without further a big clue.
Um, goodbye, moi, and good night, bang.